Hi everyone, today I'm doing a review on the stockbroker Trading 212 and I'm really sorry about how long it's taken me to do this. Obviously we've had the problems with the CV outbreak and I've just been really focused on doing videos on stocks that have been like falling off the cliff, and as well as that my account actually got locked because of inactivity, so then I had to manage get that sorted out before I could actually use it and then do a good review on it. So I've actually used the platform and I managed to get that all sorted out, and here we are at last. I'm doing a review on the stockbroker Trading 212. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review it. I'm going to say if I've stopped using DeGiro, which is the stockbroker I was using before, and moved to Trading 212. I'll say that towards the end of the video. And as always guys, if you could give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I've also put a link down below, so if you do want to join Trading 212, if you could join through that link, that would be absolutely super. I'll go through the history of Trading 212, the accounts they offer, and then do a complete review towards the end of the video. And like I say, I'll reveal if I'm using this broker going forward. So Trading 212 has been around for about 16 years now. Its headquarters are in the UK. It is regulated by the FCA, and the funds are protected, or your funds are protected up to 85,000 by the FSCS. And the background on Trading 212, since it's been around for 16 years, is it has always been profitable. Even though they charge no fees, which we'll get onto a bit, they make a lot of the money from the CFD platform, which we'll touch in a second. They have currently no debt, they have a lot of cash, which is great. And overall, it seems a very secure company to be using to invest your money in, to buy shares from. A lot of it is protected as well from Interactive Brokers and Barclays, which is super. So if anything was to happen, but judging how well a company's run, it will probably never happen. Like if anything's going to happen, it'll be like the whole banking system collapses. But judging by the company itself, it's a very well run company to be using as your stockbroker. So Trading 212 do have a practice account, which is really useful to use. Country wise, it is not currently in the US, but there is quite a few countries it's in. For a lot of my EU viewers, there is a lot of your countries available to use this account or use this stockbroker. There's 3 accounts available, so there's Trading 212 Invest, Trading 212 CFD, and Trading 212 ISA. Now, I'm going to say this right now, the Trading 212 CFD, please do not use it. It is the worst thing that you can do. It is one of the worst things in stockbrokers, like investing kind of strategy that you could use. People that use CFDs are normally the ones that say they invest in the stock market, they lost all the money, and they just use leverage. So, you know, when stocks go down, they get absolutely hammered, they get a margin call, they lose all the money. But hey, I've got a full video about why not to use CFDs on the video on the channel. So like I said, please don't use the Trading 212 CFD account, but there is the Invest account, which has the 0 fees, and we have Trading 212 ISA, which once again has the 0 fees. And also, the great thing about if you use the ISA is that you are able to avoid quite a few taxes using an ISA, which is really useful as well. The great thing with Trading 212 is the 0 commission investing. There's 0 stock fees in shares and ISAs. Over 3,000 global stocks and ETFs. There is fractional shares, which is so useful if you're looking at buying shares in like Amazon and Google. Not many of us, if we're honest, can afford to pay for a full share in them. So having fractional shares in to be able to buy companies like them too is absolutely amazing. There's no foreign exchange fees, which is really cool because I think most brokers do charge foreign exchange fees. Unlimited instant trades, and there is 24/7 live support as well as email, and also being able to call them. So comparing Trading 212 to other brokers out here, obviously there's 2 of my favourites on there, Freetrade and DeGiro. You can see it's completely free, and compared to everyone else, there is a little bit of a fee to get instant orders. ISAs are available, which on Freetrade you would have to pay £3 a month for, and on DeGiro you can't actually have an ISA on it. Foreign exchange fees, there's none, and like I say, when I look at Freetrade and DeGiro, there's a fee of 0.45% on them, and DeGiro 0.10%. ETFs and stocks, there's 2,500 and 500 ETFs. Freetrade, obviously there's not as much as them, but when we look at DeGiro, there's not as many stocks and ETFs as DeGiro, so it's kind of a little bit behind DeGiro. So that's only one little negative against using Trading 212 compared to DeGiro. Fractional shares is available, which is amazing because we don't have that on Freetrade or DeGiro. There is card deposits, so basically you're able to get your money instantly into your account, which obviously is not available on Freetrade and DeGiro. You have to wait a few hours for them. And comparing it to the Apple ratings, the Android ratings, it is pretty highly rated. against a lot of them. There's only Revolt that are kind of like a little bit higher than them. Android wise, they are the highest, second highest again, with Revolt only the one that's beating them in that kind of review on iOS and Android app. So you can see it's a really good broker offering a lot of really good services right here. Like I say, fees wise, I'd have to give it 10 out of 10 because everything is completely free on it. You know, that's what you want. You want to try and buy things where you're not having to cover a lot of your shares when you're buying it, because you've bought in shares that have cost you £3 to place the order, and then when you sell your shares, you lose £3 selling them shares. So having free shares or being able to buy shares for free is absolutely amazing. Stocks wise, 8 out of 10, because I feel like they are still able to add a few more stocks in, but when you compare it to something like Free Trade, they've definitely got a lot more than Free Trade, but they still could add a few more shares in going forward. App wise, 8 out of 10, really simple to use. Like compared to DeGiro's quite I would say a difficult app for a beginner, whereas Free Trade's quite a simple one. I feel like it's maybe a little bit more complicated than Free Trade, but at the same time, it's a really easy app to use. So even if you're a beginner, I still think it's quite an easy one for you to get around. And there's a few useful things on there. They could maybe improve it slightly with a few little things, but overall, it's a pretty good app. So I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. And bank transfer wise, which is also a really useful one for me, I think it's probably fees and stocks are really important, then it's bank transfer, because when a stock goes down, I want to be able to add money into my account straight away to go buy them shares. And the worst thing you want to do is you have to put money into your account and you have to wait 3 to 5 days for it to get to your account. You know, you want to get that money in that account really quickly. And like I say, with Trading 1-2, it's instantly in your account. So I'm going to have to give that 10 out of 10, which is really useful. So overall, what's my opinion with Trading 212? I've got to say, I actually have started using this broker over DeGiro. I really like it. It's a fantastic broker to be using, especially with that ISA option that you do have and how free it is on your fees and your foreign exchange fees. So over the last kind of 2 months, when I've been buying a lot of these stocks that I've been making videos on, I have been buying them from Trading 212. I have occasionally dipped back into my DeGiro account for buying some shares. That's just to maybe average down the share price in that account. As well as that, sometimes I've noticed that when you go buy shares on Trading 212, you have to buy 2 shares when you're buying a company, which sometimes I don't want to be buying 2 shares or something if it's really an expensive stock. So if you're doing that, guys, that's something just to be a little bit really careful of. Overall, I think it's a fantastic broker. I've started using it over DeGiro. I would recommend it as now the best broker, especially if you're from the UK, to be using. And that's my review on Trading 212, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could give it a like, that's amazing. If you are going to join, if you could use my link, that'd be absolutely super. And I'll see you on the next video.